Hi, this is Cindy from Part-Time Permies, and today I got a text from my husband earlier saying one of the girls jumped out of the fenced-in area. So I gotta go figure out what's going on. I just took Jello for a walk. I was kind of glancing around to see if I could see her anywhere. Didn't see anybody out, so I'm gonna do a quick check and see how many are still in where they're supposed to be. Maybe she jumped back over. I'm not sure. So I think it's a girl from the main flock. Mainly because I do see all of my breeding group right there. So they're all where they should be. The main flock has 13 chickens, including the rooster. So we should probably count them. Maybe she jumped back. If not, we're going to have to look around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underneath. 6, 7, 8 in the coop. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. She jumped back. Silly chickens. Apparently it's not an issue. But the other thing we have going on is we have another broody girl. And I was talking to my husband about it because we haven't set up any broody girls with eggs for meat chickens this year. We still have some chickens in our freezer, but we might take advantage of this and go ahead and set her up somewhere. And give her a bunch of eggs so that she can raise us some meat chickens. The issue is the end of June. And these aren't meat breeds specifically. They're dual purpose breeds. And apparently having dueling roosters crowing. But so these are dual purpose breed girls. So they don't grow as fast as, say, a Cornish cross would, or even some of the heritage meat breeds. Some of them are a little bigger than others. But if we think about, okay, so we usually try to get them to at least around maybe 16 weeks because they're close to full weight at that point. We have butchered at 20 weeks as well for these. And, Cornish cross, you butcher them at like 6 to 8 weeks. It's really fast. So if we're talking about timing of all this, end of June, taking 3 weeks to get to hatch date, and then another 4 months after that. So we're talking at least 5 months here, really. So we're talking July, August, September, October, November. We're talking end of November in Michigan, butchery date. Which on one hand, it's actually kind of nice to have some cooler weather for it and not be overly heated while you're working on it. But on the other hand, it could get kind of cold. And as you're working outside, butchering chickens, your hands get cold. You need to use your hands. So that could be a little difficult, but we did it last year in November. I believe it was November. It was before our first snow on one of our warmer November days. So we've done it before. We often will get a little bit of snow in November, but nothing usually that sticks until into December. Well, nothing significant anyway, until into December. Of course, now that I say that, we'll probably have a foot of snow in November, but this is doable, but this is about as late as we could do that. So what I'm going to do is she's not as mean as some of the other full-size chickens when she's broody. It's one of my older girls. It's Buff Orpington. These girls are a little more social than the other ones. So I think I'll be fine moving her during the day. She's been broody for a couple days, so I'm pretty sure she's wanting to sit on eggs. So what I'll do is probably shift her over into the main coop. I don't have anyone in the main coop, the original coop I had, because we have the main flock in my tractor chicken tractor right now, and I was going to use the main coop for overwintering them. So I was going to move them back in there for the winter. Only issue, I was going to make some adjustments to it, so if I'm moving chickens in, I might not be making adjustments to it anymore. But you do what you do. I don't have any other place to put her. The drum I thought we were going to have ended up being nothing. These guys are still doing all right. She still wants to take my hand off every time I reach in to do anything food or water wise. And over here, hi Lucky, you hanging out with your mama. Yeah, so these guys are doing pretty well too. I'm gonna have to shift them again, but I want to shift them that way, which means I'll have to shift the fence, which I might just do. But I'll wait until after dark and after all the flock goes inside. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if chicken got up on top of here and jumped right over. Maybe even jumping back in that way. I don't know. Somebody wants to sit on eggs. Puff up like this when they do that. So, she is broody. She's been on this nest for a few days now. For that matter, I hope this gives her a chance to grow some feathers back in, because she's obviously been a little overbred. This rooster is a little rough on these guys. So what I can do is just take the nest box out, but I kind of want to see how many eggs she has under her. I might just go ahead and do that. Are you going to peck at me? She keeps stealing fake eggs from the nest boxes next to her. I'll let you keep the 4 that you have. And we're going to shift her. Now, if you have a girl who tends to be really overly protective when she's broody, you want to move them at night. This girl's been broody before. She's been pretty good with it, so we'll see how she does. We have 8 eggs today. The numbers have been going down. In the spring I was at about a dozen a day. But I do have 3 girls with chicks and now 1 broody girl. So it's not surprising the numbers have gone down. I got to set up food and water. I know I have an extra waterer, but I might have to do a makeshift food dish. I might be out of food dishes. I'll have to check. I usually give them chick feed when they're broody, which I have in here, because they don't need all the extra calcium if they're not laying eggs. So right now she's kind of exploring her surroundings. She's lived in this coop most of her life. You know, you're not going out. You must stay inside. I know. You go to your nest. Okay, so we have the food and water right here on the table. Her nest is over there in the corner. She's got eight eggs in there. I might go grab 4 more to put in there. And I'm also going to grab something, clean it out a little bit, but I think she's good. Would you like a few more eggs? I actually just added 5 eggs to that, which means she has 13. Maybe I'll give you one more, because I know she'll push them under herself. What I'll do is I'll just start her with 14, and then we will see how well she's covering them. And if she's covering them well, we'll just leave it alone. If she's not, we'll have to take 1 or 2 of them out, because what they do is they will rotate them. They will shift them under them, shift them around as needed every once in a while. So they do constantly move the eggs. So if 1 or 2 is out from under her, that would mean that each one at some point would be out from under her for a period of time and would cool down. So you have a poor hatch rate if they're sticking out from under her. Now right now she's just not shifted herself to cover them, so I'll give her time to settle in before I check to see if she's covering all of them. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you tomorrow.